Hi, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be discussing the beautiful, iconic Jessica Pearson from Suits. And Jessica Pearson was my favorite character in Suits, although I did not particularly enjoy the show because her wardrobe is a masterclass in elegance and power dressing. And it's very important, for her to look as immaculate as she did because her clothes added to her authoritative presence that was necessary for her as a woman working at a law firm. So, this video is a style breakdown, so let's get into it. The first thing I observed about Jessica Pearson was her tailored wardrobe. Her wardrobe is defined by impeccable tailoring, from her fitted jackets to the sleek pencil skirts and structured dresses. And that accentuated a poised silhouette, and she had a commanding presence. And her looks often featured, unique, I would say, architectural elements like the peplum jackets or the asymmetrical cuts or the dramatic sleeves, and they added so much dimension and sophistication to her looks. And she also embraced a minimalist approach to accessories. She always limited her jewelry to maybe just a watch or a simple bracelet, maybe a stud earring, because her clothes were always the center of attention. Her clothes were always were the ones that take center stage. They were not competing with her accessories. Another thing that I noticed was her conservative look. She works at a law firm, she works in corporate, but I don't just mean conservative in the sense of, wearing um, air quotes decent clothing, but her color choices were also pretty conservative because she stuck to neutral tones like black, white, gray, and they were intentional and they were practical, and they were all neutrals, right? Sometimes she had the strategic pops of color, like in red or maroon, but for the most part, her outfits were based on a conservative blueprint. Another thing is a she had a meticulous presentation and a always neat aesthetic in the sense that every detail matters, from ironed clothes to pristine heels to perfectly styled hair and beautiful natural makeup. Her presence was just all about polish. And what I also loved about her was that she managed to balance femininity and um, being professional, right? And her femininity and her, wearing designer outfits also added to that commanding and authoritative presence that she had. Yeah. So I think the most important thing I took from Jessica Pearson was the importance of cut and tailoring. And even now, I'm taking classes on sewing so I can learn to alter my clothes because, I don't have the disposable income to go find a tailor. I'd rather learn to do it myself too because it adds to the skills that you're learning as a person to grow. So, cotton tailoring is very important. And her wardrobe, Jessica Pearson's wardrobe, stood out the most to me. And yes, Jessica Pearson, the actress, I forget her name, I'm so sorry, but she is beautiful and she's gorgeous, and also that also adds to it. But her clothing is looks twice as expensive as anyone else's on that show because of the fact that it's impeccably tailored to her. So a quick like wrap up, a quick checklist really here is: one, tailoring and fit, always perfectly fitted. A structured silhouette, minimalist and refined accessories, a neutral color palette, very conservative color palette, and occasionally, every once in a while, we can, wear bold color. The presentation always needs tidy and refined. Refinement here is the key, right? So I hope that you guys like this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.